Halloween, H20, has Michael Myers coming back to kill Laurie Strode. So, the positives on this film are, I like Laurie Strode's character in the movie. She's been living in fear of Michael Myers for 20 years, since the brutal killings from the first movie and even the second movie, because this is in canon with the first two movies, but it disregards everything after Halloween 2. So I really like Laurie's character in this. Two separate occasions on the same night with this stalker trying to kill her, and she's trying to deal with it. The entire movie is almost about her trying to deal with it, so I really like that. I like her character in this movie. I think she's honestly a bit better of a character than even in the original Halloween, and especially Halloween 2. I really enjoy the humor in this. Rewatching it, I don't think it's as funny as I remember it being. I don't remember there being a lot of jokes rewatching it now. So as I was watching the movie, I wrote this down of like, oh, I really enjoy the humor and whatnot. But it's really not that funny. It doesn't really have that many jokes in it, which surprised me. But the humor that is in the movie, I think it's actually pretty funny. So, and it's kind of like Scream. I've heard a criticism about that this is like Scream. But honestly, to me, what movie wasn't like Scream in the late 90s, early 2000s? Even Bride of Chucky was kind of like Scream. It had the humor in it. But Halloween H20, I think the humor in this is actually pretty funny of what you get in it. Having Janet Leigh in the movie is actually pretty cool. She's from Psycho. She's Marion Crane from the original Psycho, and she is Jamie Lee Curtis's real-life mother, so that was actually pretty cool to have in the movie as like a wink and nod to Psycho, so I really like that. The kills are all pretty solid. Jimmy with the ice skate in the face is good. None of these are like... Most of them aren't like top 10 Halloween kills. One or two might be, but all of them are actually pretty solid. There's really not going to be too many bad kills in this movie. Like I said, ice skate in the face of Jimmy, that's pretty good. Marion's throat slit is pretty good, pretty graphic. And I'd say the only bad kill is Tony, that has no blood with a single stab to the back, so that's actually pretty lame. All the other kills are either on screen or off screen, but you see the carnage, and I think it's actually pretty effective. And the last positive is the final fight between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers is really satisfying. You have Michael Myers come onto campus. Laurie Strode fights him for the last 15 minutes of the movie, and then we think he's dead. He's taken into an ambulance, and then Laurie Strode needs to make sure that he's dead, so he or she takes the ambulance and drives away from all the cops. And then the end of the movie, the movie ends with Laurie Strode taking an axe and chopping Michael Myers' head off. That is a great kill. That's a really satisfying ending to, if it was the end of the Halloween franchise. So I really enjoy it. I really enjoy the ending of this movie. It's really satisfying. That's it for positives. On to the negatives. And they're really not that big. Small negative is Scream 2 is being shown on TV, but if the Scream franchise exists in this Halloween franchise, uh, if the Scream franchise exists in the Halloween franchise as a movie franchise, that doesn't make sense, because in Scream 1, the original Halloween is showed on TV when Randy says, "Jamie, turn around, Jamie, behind you, Jamie," and you clearly see it's the original Halloween. So that doesn't make sense, because if the original Scream exists in this universe, then so does the original Halloween movie, where what the actress would look like in that movie looks exactly like Jamie Lee Curtis, or looks like Laurie Strode in this movie back in the 70s. That doesn't make sense. So it's kind of a plot hole, so a little annoying, but it really doesn't kill the movie. Another negative is seeing Michael Myers' eyes is really not intimidating at all. It's a bit goofy. It's the opposite of Dr. Loomis's speech of the pale, blank, emotionless face. So having the eyes darkened out with the mask, that makes it more creepy, because he's lifeless. There is nothing behind those eyes. But here you see his eyes, and it's kind of weird. And the last negative is, I don't think this movie is too scary. I think it could have been a bit more thrilling and scary. It's just kind of like a fun Halloween movie, and a satisfying ending to the movie, but it's really not that scary. Like, the original Halloween, I think, is actually pretty scary. But that's it for negatives. In the end, honestly, this would have been a great ending to the franchise. Up to this point, this is like the second actually good movie in the franchise. Everything before that, except for the original, of course, is kind of like, it's okay, I don't care for it, but there are some good moments in some of those movies. This is the first legitimately good Halloween sequel, so I actually really enjoyed this one quite a bit. So that's my review on Halloween H20, 20 years later. Thanks for watching.